If for some strange reason you've never watched Yu Yu Hakusho, then you need to do so immediately after this video because Yu Yu Hakusho is beautiful. This is 14-year-old Yusuke Urameshi, and he's nothing but trouble. He starts fights everywhere he goes, he skips class whenever he wants to, doesn't have a single ounce of respect for authority, and he strikes fear into the hearts of everyone who dares cross his path. He's a worthless delinquent and a menace to society. This is how Yusuke is seen and talked about by the people in his daily life, and sadly, it could not be further from the truth. Yusuke Urameshi is a very misunderstood person. He's so misunderstood that even the rulers of the spirit world, who watch over all life on Earth, don't understand him. When he dies in the first episode, heroically saving the life of a young boy that he thought was going to be struck by a car, he meets the Grim Reaper. Her name is Botan, and she describes him in almost the same way.
Yusuke Urameshi, age 14. Personality is impulsive and ill-mannered with a violent temper. He has no respect for authority and is a horrible student. Things weren't looking up for you, were they?
Yes, it's true. Yusuke does exhibit delinquent behavior. Yes, he skips school all the time. Yes, he gets into a lot of fights. He doesn't respect our authority, and his presence scares the shit out of all the kids who goes to school with him. But he is not the one at fault for any of this. You see, Yusuke is a kid who was dealt a shitty hand in life. His dad is a deadbeat, his mom is a hopeless drunk that cares more about partying than her own kid, and the teachers at school treat him like absolute shit. And whenever he gets into a fight, it's always because someone else was looking to run the ones with him first. God damn. Yusuke hit that boy with that 3-piece combo and supersized it for free. Shit. And his homies didn't do shit about it. Goddamn, these niggas ain't loyal out here. But as I was saying, none of this bad behavior is exactly Yusuke's fault. He just had a really bad upbringing. He was just a poor kid with 2 shitty parents, and he's really good at fighting. And it's because of all that, he has earned this horrible reputation that is filled with no shortage of dumb rumors being told about him.
He's super tough, and he kills for fun!
Yeah, and if you cross him, he'll whistle for 2,000 bad guys with guns!
Come on!
In all actuality, Yusuke is a very kind-hearted kid that really deserved a lot better. After Yusuke saved this little boy's life and then later realized that he's now dead, the first thing on his mind that he's concerned about is not his own well-being, but is actually the well-being of the child that he saved. And him knowing that this little boy is okay is enough for him to have no regrets in life and to just completely call it quits for good. He accepts his death right there and then. He even smiles about it. And you know, that's kind of sad, because imagine being 14 and you just died trying to save some little dumbass kid who ran into the street chasing a ball after you just warned him that he shouldn't be playing with the damn ball that close to the road. And you even went through the trouble of making the little shit laugh. Man, I'd be so pissed off. I'd be haunting that kid and his parents and all of this kid's offspring until the last drop in his bloodline dies out. His parents would probably get it the worst from me though, because like, where were y'all at? This kid can't be older than 4 and he's just outside alone in a busy city. Man, I'd be haunting these niggas and calling child protective services. Botan then tells Yusuke something wild.
Your death was a complete and utter waste!
His death was completely unexpected and unnecessary. Turns out the driver would have just swerved and avoided the kid anyways. So it's because of that, Yusuke doesn't even have a place in the afterlife yet, which is kind of hilarious when you think about it. Like, how does the afterlife not have available places for people? How the hell does the afterlife run out of space? Aren't people there forever? Shouldn't you have endless amount of room and space for people? I mean, this is where everybody who ever lived goes to, okay? And you're telling me there's not an available place yet for unexpected tragedies like this? Come on, now, bro. Dog. Like, what do they need to do? Do they need to build more apartments or something? Do people die a second time and go to super heaven? Or has the economy gotten so bad that even the housing situation in the afterlife is fucked up? Because if that's the case, then that's probably why these goddamn boomers just refuse to die. Since Yusuke died too soon though, Botan offers him an ordeal that could bring him back to life. But Yusuke immediately rejects it because he believes his life had no value and that everyone would be happier without him.
everyone's gonna be much happier now that I'm erased.
Which is honestly heartbreaking for a 14-year-old to believe. Before accepting his answer, Botan tells him to watch his wake before making a final decision. And man, dude, this wake. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, alright? I'm being honest when I say this. I don't cry at movies or TV shows at all, alright? And I've seen a lot of sad stuff. There's this movie called I Am Sam. If you haven't seen it, it's really, really sad, okay? It's about this mentally challenged guy who ends up having a kid with a homeless lady, and the homeless lady abandons him the moment they get out the hospital, and he has to raise his kid on his own. But since, you know, he's mentally challenged, he ends up later losing custody of his kid, and in the end, he never gets the kid back, okay? It has a happy ending, but not really, okay? It's a really sad movie, all right? And whenever me and my girlfriend watch it, she is crying like someone shot her dog. But me, not one tear. Your boy's sturdy as hell. But when it comes to this scene, man, this one gets me every time. It starts with his lifelong friend Keiko bawling her eyes out, which is to be expected because, you know, she's a girl. Yusuke's mom is also crying and very depressed, which is to be expected because, well, her son just died. She might have been a piece of shit mom, but her kid just died. That's very sad. But then Kuwabara shows up, crying like his soul just got ripped out. And that's where all the emotions just start to hit you.
I'm not gonna leave. Not until he comes out of here and lets me fight him. Who do you think you are, huh? Dirty punk. Who am I gonna fight now? Who am I gonna fight? You're supposed to be here. For me.
And then the principal of the school shows up and starts crying because he believed Yusuke could have been something in life. And then after that, Tagashi hits us with a friggin' haymaker. The little boy Yusuke saved comes to thank him, and as he's leaving, he asks his mom if he could play with Yusuke again tomorrow.
Mommy, do you think it'd be okay if I played with that boy tomorrow? If I'm good?
No, son.
I know some people sounded angry at him, but he's really nice. He made really funny faces at me, too, and he got me my ball. I don't know why those people were crying like that. It was probably because they wanted to play with them, too.
Nah, fam, why is this so sad? I'm emotionally damaged here. Come on, dog. Yusuke sees all of this and realizes he was wrong. His life did have value. People did care about him, and he wasn't a burden. So it's with seeing all this, he changes his mind and accepts the ordeal to come back to life. Botan then takes him to Spirit World to meet the man in charge, Kurama, a 500-year-old baby. This guy is stuck as a damn toddler for all of eternity, apparently. Kurama gives Yusuke his ordeal in the form of a golden egg. This is a spirit egg, and the goal is to nurture it with his spirit energy until it hatches. What comes out depends entirely on him. If his spirit is wicked, it hatches a monster that devours him completely. No heaven, no hell, just gone. But if his spirit is pure, it hatches a creature that will guide him back to life. Kurama tells Yusuke that if this ordeal sounds like a little too much for him, then he can still decline it and remain dead. But without hesitation, Yusuke accepts the challenge. And then the spirit egg ordeal begins. Until Yusuke completes the ordeal, Kurama keeps Yusuke's body barely alive. But there's one problem. He's getting cremated tomorrow.
I forgot!
Can't very well be alive if you don't have a body to live in, now can you?
So now, Yusuke has to stop his own funeral. There are only two ways Yusuke can keep his body from being cremated. Plan A is talking to people through dreams. He tries to talk to his mom first, but she's a little too busy drinking and crying over him being dead, so she's a no-go. So he goes to Keiko and tells her he's coming back, but she needs to stop the cremation. Next day, Keiko goes to tell Yusuke's mom, but when she sees how happy she is after having her own dream about Yusuke, she can't bring herself to take that away from her. So plan A ends in failure. Now it's time for plan B, possession. Botan tells Yusuke he can possess somebody's body temporarily, but there are two conditions. Condition 1, he has to know them. And condition 2, this person that he has to know also has to be spiritually aware of the afterlife. And there's only one person that Yusuke knows that fits both of these conditions. That's none other than Kazuma Kuwabara, the same dude that Yusuke beat the brakes off of the day he died. And man, I love this character, okay? Kuwabara is my favorite character in the show, and you're gonna find out a little bit later, alright? Kuwabara's spiritual awareness is so high that he can literally sense Yusuke's presence. The dude looks directly at him every single time he's near him. Now, obviously, he can't see him, but he knows exactly where he's at. Kuwabara can also even judge how strong a spirit is.
Ghost monster's behind me, man. It made a noise. Are you sure?
Is it the scary old lady with the axe again?
No, it sounds more like a puny low-level ghost, like a haunted raccoon or something.
And Kuwabara's actually not wrong about his spirit being hella weak. Okay, later in episode 10, we find out Yusuke's spirit energy at this point is straight garbage.
Ooh, that's kind of small. Yikes.
Now look at Kuwabara's.
That's pretty good.
My boy's shit is off the charts. And he doesn't even know how to use it yet at this point. Fucking crazy. But anyways, didn't mean to get off track there. Just felt like I had to bring that up real quick because Kuwabara is truly built different. He's one of a kind. But anyways, Yusuke possesses Kuwabara's body, but he only has 1 hour, and he decides to use that hour searching for Keiko so she can relay the message back to his mom. Now, honestly, I don't understand why Yusuke wouldn't just go straight to his mom. Maybe his mom wouldn't have listened. I don't know. Probably just bring up a memory or something that only the two of them would know about to, you know, make her believe him. But whatever, he chose to go search for Keiko for some strange reason. And this search for Keiko is absolute hell on my boy, okay? Because he has to run the fucking gauntlet of fighting all of Kuwabara's enemies along the way. Apparently Kuwabara picks a fight literally everywhere he goes. It's only with dumb luck Yusuke ends up finally finding her with only minutes to spare. And since he has very limited time and he's worried about her not believing that he's actually him, he has to find a very quick way to prove he is who he really is.
Keiko, nice uniform.
That's so squishy!
So yeah, Yusuke gropes her. Like I said with his mom, he probably could have just used a memory that only the two of them would know about or something. But hey, if it works, you know what I mean? Yusuke relays the message to Keiko, and then Keiko rushes to stop the cremation. And just in time, too. Atsuko discovers Yusuke's body is still alive. She opened his coffin just so she could smack him one more time, which is insane behavior. Like, imagine your kid is dead and you want to smack his dead body. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, lady?
Stop it. Get some help.
But hey, it saved him, so it's okay, I guess. Also, I don't mean to get sidetracked here, but why was Yusuke's body just sitting at home this whole time? And how long was his body dead? Was there still oxygen going to his brain the whole time? Or what? I don't know. Like, Yusuke is lucky he's an anime character, because if he wasn't, then he would be going through a whole lot of trouble just to come back to life and live as a brain-dead vegetable. Now all Yusuke has to do is hatch the egg. Now it's time to talk about episode 3. This might be my favorite episode in the entire Spirit Detective saga because it's about the realest nigga in the whole show, Kazuma Kuwabara. Listen to me for a second, alright? And I'm not kidding about any of this when I say this, okay? I never had a father in my life. And no, that's not because I'm black, alright? I never had a dad because my dad wasn't a real nigga. He was a stupid bastard that caught a lifetime of prison doing some dumb shit when I was 3. If he was a real nigga, he wouldn't have made dumbass decisions that resulted in him being a deadbeat locked up in prison for the rest of his life. Kazuma Kuwabara is a real nigga. He's the realest nigga in all Yu Yu Hakusho. And in this one episode, I learned a lot about how to be a real nigga. The episode starts with Yusuke trying to figure out how to hatch the egg by doing good deeds. At this point, he's just been following Keiko around, which I get it, alright? If I died, I'd be doing the same thing. You know, you gotta watch these girls out here these days to make sure they're being loyal. But when you're tasked with hatching a spirit egg by feeding it positive energy, following your girl around ain't gonna cut it. Luckily, opportunity shows up. Keiko gets ambushed by some random dudes trying to rob her. But in the nick of time, Kuwabara and the boys pull up and save her. And Kuwabara apologizes to Keiko for hugging her the day before.
Wow, this girl must really have the hots for me.
Even though it wasn't his fault, and he did not deserve to be slapped by Keiko. Real nigga lesson number 1. Even if you don't understand how you made someone mad or upset, just apologize anyways. It was Yusuke's fault he was in Keiko's presence, and Keiko was at fault for hugging him. But Kuwabara chose to continue to hug without questioning or disengaging from the hug when he came back to his senses. He should have stopped the hug politely and walked away, or at least asked her if she was okay. It's because of that choice he made, he's apologizing to Keiko and helping her in this situation. And even if that didn't happen, he still would have helped her, because he hates seeing people pick on the weak.
You know, I really can't stand it when guys pick on people weaker than them.
Real nigga lesson number 2. Don't be a bully. It's like what Uncle Ben told Peter.
With great power comes great responsibility.
We're only 20 seconds into this episode, and Kuwabara is already putting on a master demonstration of how to move like a real nigga. And Kuwabara is not soft either. Like, watch my guy eat this punch. My boy is clean. Yusuke made him look like a bitch, but that's because Yusuke is a freak of nature athletically, like Yuji Itadori. But Kuwabara ain't no hoe. Him and his homies be whooping ass. The next day though, he gets in trouble at school because the guys he beat up snitched. And they didn't just snitch. These pussies told their moms. Like, that's crazy. Kids in kindergarten wouldn't even stoop that low. Back in the day, if you told your mom or a teacher, you were getting your ass beat up again the next day. Like, you already got me in trouble, so why not beat you up again since I have nothing to lose now? That's just how shit works. Stop snitching. But Kuwabara and his boys don't bully the weak. They stand on business. They already sent them crying home to mama once. No need to do it again, so they're prepared to just take the punishment. But this rat-faced bastard of a teacher wants to make the punishment as difficult as possible, just so he can ruin their lives. You see, Akubo here comes from a poor family. His mom is sick and he has no dad, so he works part-time after school to help pay the bills and feed his family. And this piece of shit teacher threatens to take his work permit away, knowing how desperate he is. Kuwabara steps up immediately and tells him to punish only him instead.
Hey, leave these guys alone and punish me, why don't you?
This here is lesson number 3, people. Always help those you care about whenever you can, no matter how hard it is to do so. The teacher declines to only punish Kuwabara, so instead, he makes them all agree to a deal. The deal is no fighting for 1 week, which is basically impossible for someone like Kuwabara. But Kuwabara accepts the deal for his friend. And then it gets worse, because the teacher sets Kuwabara up to get jumped. Like, this teacher is a goddamn demon. What teacher lives to only ruin the lives of all his students? When Kuwabara gets ambushed by these guys, he almost runs away. But when he hears them talking shit, he turns back around.
Let's see what you can do. But I'm not gonna fight back, so you just hit me as much as you're gonna. Let me get out of here.
What did he say? He's so cool.
This is lessons 4 and 5 in one scene, people. Lesson number 4, don't be a coward. And lesson number 5, never break a promise. At this point, if you're still not convinced Kuwabara is the realest nigga ever, I don't know what to tell you, like, seriously. Yusuke is watching all of this, and he is completely shocked. He had no idea who Kuwabara was and what he stands for up until this point. He thought Kuwabara was just some dumb punching bag, but now he sees loyalty, honesty, courage. A guy who would take endless beatings and even die for the people he cares about. And that changes everything. The teacher raises the stakes again. The new deal is now no fighting for an entire week, and everyone has to score at least 50 points or higher on their next physical exam. Kuwabara's friends are fine. They just need a little bit of studying. Kuwabara, though, not so much. Last time he only scored a 7 on his physical exam. Bro is dumb as bricks academically. Yusuke scored a 12 on his last exam, and he doesn't even go to school most of the time. So yeah, not looking so good for my boy. But Yusuke steps in to help him. He starts helping Kuwabara study through his dreams. And this is just such a beautiful moment, because when Yusuke was alive, the relationship between these two was nothing but violence. Now he's going out of his way to help him succeed. Not because he has to, but because Kuwabara earned his respect. Yusuke misunderstood Kuwabara, just like everyone else misunderstood him, but not anymore. Now Yusuke respects him. and he's even willing to fight for him too. After a long night of studying together in Kuwabara's dreams, some random guys spot Kuwabara and try to jump him. In their pursuit to chasing him down, they end up knocking out a girl Yusuke knows from school. Yusuke, thinking fast, possesses her body and proceeds to beat the absolute hell out of all of them. And he managed to do this without Kuwabara even knowing that he was being chased down to begin with. Yusuke wanted my boy Kuwabara to go to school to take this test with a clear mind, no bruises on his face, or anything to worry about. That's some real nigga shit. And you already know my boy didn't go through all that studying with him in his dreams for nothing, because Kuwabara ends up scoring a whopping 53 points on his test. Which is just friggin' beautiful. And what makes it so beautiful isn't just a number. It's what it represents. Real niggas lesson number 6. Always strive for greatness. This is a dude who scored a 7 before. Someone everybody wrote off as stupid. Someone teachers never believed in. And through sheer effort and discipline, he ends up proving them all wrong. Because he's a real nigga. But this rat-faced bastard of a teacher and his shitty friend try to cheat Kuwabara out of his W. And they do so by erasing one of his correct answers on his test. Kuwabara knows for a fact that he passed his test, and when that teacher gave him back his exam and said that he failed, man, Kuwabara was ready to crash out. He was about to beat the shit out of this rat-faced bastard, but Yusuke talks him down. Well, that's at least how it looked. Kuwabara couldn't actually hear Yusuke. Yusuke was able to convey his feelings to Kuwabara from the spirit world. And it's because of him transmitting his feelings to Kuwabara, Kuwabara was able to feel that Yusuke was telling him that he was making the wrong decision. The two of them were both able to learn fighting cannot always solve a problem.
I've got the power, you see?
There will be moments you will be powerless, and sometimes you just gotta hope for the best and roll with the punches. And that's exactly what happened here. Principal Takanaka's been watching everything from behind the scenes, and when he's seen what that teacher did to Kuwabara, he forces him to immediately fix Kuwabara's test. And then he informs Kuwabara and all his friends that they all passed and that Akubo will keep his job. Kuwabara may not be able to hear Yusuke or know that it's even him speaking to him from the spirit world, but he knows that someone's there and they're looking out for him, and he thanks them. What a beautiful ending to an episode.
Hey! Wake up, stupid! You wanna die? It isn't working! I'm definitely still asleep!
Now, the next episode starts off on a bright, peaceful day. The sun is shining, school's in session, bad bitches are outside playing volleyball in tiny shorts, Kuwabara is outside beating up a dummy made in Yusuke's image, and Yusuke is floating in the sky with Botan and another spirit girl watching over Keiko. That girl is Sayaka, and she's trying to judge if Keiko actually cares about Yusuke and whether she wants him to come back alive or not. And honestly, that answer should already be obvious. Keiko has been the only one consistently grieving him. She's the only one who listens to him in her dreams, the only one who believed him when he possessed Kuwabara, and the only one taking care of his body while he's going through all of this. Her love for Yusuke should be very obvious. Botan should have had a report written out for her already, but I guess it is what it is because Sayaka ends up learning just how much she loves him when everything goes to hell.
My house is on fire! Hey! Wake up, stupid! You wanna die?
Out of nowhere, some random dude sets Yusuke's house on fire. And this is where the show really shows its emotional strength, because Keiko doesn't hesitate. The second Keiko hears about the fire, she runs right back to his house with no plan, no backup, just pure instinct. That's love. Botan tries to get Kuwabara to come there too, but he's too far to get there fast enough to help. And all of the fucking window shoppers in the front yard are too afraid to do anything. So, when Keiko gets back to the house, she decides she has to run into this burning house to save Yusuke's body alone. And this scene right here is really powerful. The flames are heavy and suffocating, and the house is collapsing fast. But Keiko ends up pushing her way through and making it to Yusuke's room. But as soon as she reaches him, she then finds herself completely entrapped in a ring of flames. And right here for a moment, it all appears to be lost for her. But then, Sayaka tells Yusuke there's one way he can save her. And in order for him to save her, he needs to throw the spirit egg into the flames. But if Yusuke throws that spirit egg into the flames, it's all over. No coming back. He's dead. Forever. And this is where Yusuke proves who he really is. Because earlier, he was ready to accept death because he thought his life didn't matter. But now he wants to live. Now he knows people care about him. Now he has something to come back to. And for Keiko, he's willing to throw it all away without hesitation. Because to him, if Keiko dies, there's no point in him being alive anyways. Yusuke wastes no time in thinking about what he's going to do. He throws the egg into the flames, and then they turn a beautiful bright blue color. They split apart, creating a path. And from there, Keiko and Kuwabara walk out safely. She's alive, but Yusuke, he just gave up everything. And you can feel that weight. That quiet moment where there's no joke, no punchline, just the realization that he chose someone else over himself. Again. Yeah, we all know how this fucking goes. Yusuke is not going to fucking die here. What you thought he was going to lose his actual last opportunity to come back alive? Yeah, fucking right. Kurama pulls up and gives him yet again another chance. And the reason he does? Well, because Yusuke surprised him again. Which at this point he really shouldn't be surprising anybody. But these people just have no fucking clue on what kind of person Yusuke is. The universe has just completely misunderstood this kid ever since the day he was fucking born, apparently. Yusuke showed Kurama that he would not hesitate for one bit to help someone other than himself. And of course he wouldn't hesitate to help someone else, because Yusuke's a good fucking guy. That's who Yusuke really is. And they failed to see this time and time again. So because of the second heroic act that Kurama has witnessed Yusuke doing, he gives him, yet again, another chance of getting his life back. And it's a good thing anyways that he threw away the egg, because apparently the egg would have turned into an evil monster that would have devoured his soul anyways, because he was doing apparently nothing but feeding it negative energy, which I think is complete bullshit, but whatever. The fucking egg got thrown into the flames and it's gone now. Yusuke has another chance to survive, so yay! Now it's time for the final ordeal, and quite honestly, we didn't really need this fucking episode. I wish Kurama would have just gave Yusuke his life back in the 4th episode, but fucking here we are. This is the end of this arc. Let's get into it. A race against time. That's the final ordeal. Kurama tells Yusuke that he's going to get his final opportunity to get his life back. In order for him to get his life back, Yusuke's soul has to be linked to the spirit world, and then he has to get life energy from someone that cares about him just a little bit in the living world. And there's only one way to do that. It's with a kiss. He only has the same 3 options as he's had this entire time: his mom, Kuwabara, and Keiko. He jumps into all 3 of their dreams to communicate the message to them. He tries Kuwabara, who immediately thinks it's a nightmare, because why wouldn't he think it's a nightmare? Like, if I had a dream about kissing some dude, I would think that would be a gay nightmare as well. He tried his mom too, but his mom has been on a week-long drinking bender, okay? This bitch does not sleep. All she does is go around and party and get drunk all the goddamn time. But then he tries Keiko, and man, Keiko honestly fucking pissed me off here. Okay, because he tried Keiko, and Keiko showed up to his house the next day and thought about kissing him. But for one, I guess Yusuke is supposed to be glowing, and Keiko didn't see that he was glowing. And the reasons for that is because Kurama failed to tell Yusuke that the glowing starts from feet and goes all the way up to his head. But who cares about that, okay? Keiko should have believed Yusuke. She's believed him this entire time. The bitch literally talked to him possessing Kuwabara's body, okay? And she thought it was just a fucking dream because he was too shy to fucking kiss him. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Bitch, are you dumb?
Pardon me?
Are you dumb?
I think she's dumb.
Fuck you, Keiko. You could have ended this fucking nonsense last ordeal right here, but no, you kept it fucking going, but whatever. From there, Keiko's mom collapses from a fucking heat stroke, and then Keiko, for some reason, decides to just sit by her side all damn night. Okay, so we're doing this little panic thing, okay, where Yusuke has to fucking get a kiss at the last couple seconds, okay? This is what's gonna happen. Just It's whatever. I'm going to get over it really fast. I'm sorry, okay? So Keiko decides to sit next to her mom when her fucking dad literally told her she can leave because, her mom is going to be all right. Just a fucking quick heat stroke, whatever. So Yusuke has no other choice but to try his mom and Kuwabara again, okay? He tries Kuwabara and fucking fails, obviously. Kuwabara's not trying to hear that gay shit. He just wants to sit around and play video games, so he's not even trying to communicate with the spirit world. He just got touched by Yusuke and then got the tingly feeling and ran away, okay? And then, thank God, Botan had the genius idea at the very last second to say, hey, her mom is sleeping, huh? Let me go run over to her real quick and talk to Keiko in her dreams. Okay, alright, fuck it. At least we're getting the bitch to come here. Keiko finally realizes that dream she had wasn't just a goddamn dream, and then she goes running. And of course, she gets to Yusuke's house at the very last second to where, he only had it till midnight, by the way. So she gets there at 11:59 seconds, okay, and then kisses Yusuke, and then ta-da! Yusuke Urameshi comes back to life, and everybody's fucking happy again. Yusuke got his life back, okay? I'm telling you, I'm sorry if I made this last part sound fucking lame, but it was lame, okay? Yusuke should just got his life back in the last episode. But no, we had to fucking sit here and do this shit. Whatever.
But wait! There's more!
But we're not done here, right? That was only the first part of this episode. The second part kind of fixed this trash ass we're getting, to be honest. But whatever, let's get into it. Yusuke is finally alive again, and he's happier than he's ever have been before. And I would too, because imagine fucking dying and then going through a bunch of bullshit to get your life back, and then getting your life back, and every bit of your body works just fine, like nothing happened to begin with. Dude doesn't even have a broken leg or a scar from being hit by a fucking car. Yusuke's just out on the town, walking, enjoying his time. But then, suddenly, he gets stopped by a mysterious fortune teller who starts talking about some mission he needs to complete. And yeah, as soon as this mysterious fortune teller tells Yusuke he has a mission to complete, Yusuke is not trying to hear any of that bullshit, okay? Bro just wants to sit back and relax after being dead for a couple weeks. So he walks away. And I don't blame him for doing so. Like, seriously, fuck that. I wouldn't want to be tasked with doing anything either if I just got resurrected. So Yusuke walks off, and then he walks to a coffee shop to just try and sit down and relax and enjoy his time. But when he tries to sit down to relax, he immediately notices a group of shady dudes, and one of them has horns on his heads. Now, normally this would be a red flag for anybody if you see a random human being with some weird horns on their head, but, like I said, Yusuke is just trying to mind his own business. Suddenly, then, Kuwabara walks into the coffee shop, and he's holding a paper bag, looking nervous as hell. Kuwabara walks up to the group of shady-looking dudes, and then he dumps out the bag, and it turns out it's full of comic books. You see Four Eyes here with the horns told Kuwabara to steal these comic books. The problem is, though, with that, stealing goes completely against Kuwabara's code. So when the guy finds the receipt in the bag, he tells Kuwabara to get on his knees and apologize, which is just absurd. How dare you tell my goat Kuwabara to do such a thing? And to my surprise, I'm even seeing that. I've seen this before, and I completely forgot what happened here, okay? Kuwabara actually gets on his knees and apologizes. My jaw literally dropped when I seen this. While Kuwabara is on his knees apologizing, we find out just why he's putting up with all of this. And the reason is because they've got his kitten hostage. Yeah, these dudes are threatening a defenseless cat to control him. This is some of the weakest bullshit I've ever seen. Like, seriously, I'd be damned if someone took my fucking precious cat hostage. I swear to God, as soon as you let go of my damn cat, I'm murdering all these bastards. Alright, I seriously am. No one's allowed to put their hands on my orange baby, I swear to God. Kuwabara can't do anything though because these guys got his cat, so now he's stuck. They then go outside with Kuwabara and his friends, and the guy with the glasses tells Kuwabara to hit all of his friends until he tells them to stop, which is just fucking crazy. These guys are trying to break Kuwabara's goddamn spirit, but they can't, okay? Kuwabara refuses that. He cannot hit his boys. I tell you, my nigga Kuwabara is a real nigga. What in your sick, fucked up mind would make you think he would beat on his own homies like that? Like, dude, I know who this guy is? So then the leader of the group tells the dude holding the cat to kill the cat. So the guy takes a bottle and breaks it and prepares to stab the cat. But right in the nick of time, here comes my boy Yusuke Urameshi to knock that piece of shit out.
Where'd he come from?
Who the hell is he?
Hi.
Because who the fuck would actually be willing to stab a kid? Like, what the fuck? What kind of fucking high school shit is this, huh? You're gonna take a cat hostage and actually kill it because this guy won't fucking steal stuff for you or hit his own homies? Who fucking raised these people? The audacity of these bastards, I swear to God. So anyways, yeah, the cat is saved. Kuwabara and his boys beat the shit out of all these niggas. But Four Eyes here goes running, okay? So Yusuke goes chasing after Four Eyes with the horns. Yusuke chases him down, and then when he catches up to him, he knocks his ass out. But then something weird happens. Right when Yusuke knocks the guy out, he notices that a small demon crawls out of his mouth and tries to escape. The demon's actually surprised that Yusuke can even see it because apparently he's not supposed to be able to see him. But Yusuke's already noticed weird shit that he can't explain at this point. So him seeing a demon really doesn't surprise him all that much. Yusuke catches it, and right on time, that same mysterious fortune teller shows up and reveals that he just captured a rare demon. One that's actually a wanted criminal in the spirit world. And then, plot twist, it's revealed that the fortune teller was Botan the whole time. I mean, if you didn't see the fucking blue hair, you should have guessed this was fucking Botan the whole time. Okay, I knew this was Botan the whole time. You even got the same damn voice. Right after that, Kurama appears in the sky and tells Yusuke he's passed his first test. His first test to what, you might ask? Well, it's his first test to his new job as spirit detective of the planet Earth. Basically, he's now responsible for handling all supernatural threats on Earth. Not exactly something I'm sure Yusuke wanted to do, but, you know, he got his life back because of Kurama, so now he's kind of indebted to him. So he has to take the job. But, you know, it's kind of fucked up that he's kind of forcing him into a job like this, but it is what it is, alright? It's cool. At least he'll get cool powers out of it. And just like that, that wraps up the first arc of Yu Yu Hakusho. Yusuke Urameshi dies, he comes back alive, and then he has a new job as Spirit Detective of Earth, where he goes around catching demons and other poltergeists that are wanted by the spirit world. And yeah, that wraps up the first arc of Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, I know this last episode was kind of rough, but I really love Yu Yu Hakusho, and I'm going to go through the rest of this anime. So stay tuned for the next one. Now, just before we Now, if I'm going to say a couple things about this arc before we leave off on this video, I guess I would say overall, this arc is generally beautiful. I mean, the title is literally Yu Yu Hakusho is beautiful. It is a beautiful arc. It is because of how beautiful it is, it's actually pretty easy to forgive the rough spots. As for the characters, Keiko's still kind of whatever right now, but Kuwabara? That man is real to the core, like real talk. He's the realest nigga in the whole show, and you will find out the further we get into the reviews. He's truly one of the most solid characters in all of anime, at least to me. And Yusuke, yeah, he's got a trouble attitude, but underneath all that, he's got a heart of gold. But alright everybody, I talked long enough. Now it's your turn. Head down to the comments and let me know what you think about Yu Yu Hakusho's first arc, and hell, let me know what you think about Yu Yu Hakusho in general.
And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you like this video and you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And that's all I got for now, everybody. Peace out.